All right, Spartan fans, you know what time of the show it is. It's time to break down this week's matchup. And Pat, this week Alexander hits the road to take on Nelsonville-York, and this could be the toughest opponent they'll see all season.
Yeah, the Buckeyes put the beat down on River Valley 46-6 back in week 4 and just came off of a 38-0 shutout win over Wellston. And as we know, both of those teams handled Alexander. So traveling into Nelsonville with a hostile crowd, this could be a very difficult matchup for Alexander.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough environment for them. And, you know, we mentioned how it could be one of their tougher opponents. They could see one of the best players in the TVC and running back Alex Mount, and he's already amassed over 1,000 yards just this season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that guy is so talented. Nelsonville has a three-headed monster running the ball with Hunter Edwards, Noah Andrews, and most importantly, Alex Mount. And last week, Mount put up 265 yards on the ground. I mean, the kid's so dynamic. He can bruise you up the middle, or he can take a toss to the outside and burn you with his speed. So Alexander's defense might need to have the best game of their season to really narrow down on that guy, wrap him up, and get him to the ground.
Yeah, I completely agree. They have so many talented guys on their team, so Alexander's defense is going to have to watch out giving away big plays at the beginning of the game, and that's what's really hurt them. When they get down early in the game, last week we saw they were down 22-0 and really just lost all their confidence from there. So I think our first takeaway is that they really just can't give up.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, last week they got down so early on in the first quarter, and from then they just really could never find the energy to bounce back. And Coach Penrod is always saying in the locker room that you got to play for that name on the front of your jersey. You know, you got to have some pride. Even if you're facing adversity, you got to find a way to bounce back. They haven't been able to do that, so I'm sure they will find some adversity in the first quarter in Nelsonville with such a tough place to play. So they're going to have to find a way to keep themselves going and power through if they want to have a realistic shot at winning this game.
And speaking of adversity, they are pretty young at the line right now. They have two guys out for the year, and Brandon Wilkinson and Trent Llewellyn. We know they're inexperienced, but they have to find a way to protect A.J. Marks and Chase Harris back there.
Yeah, and they got to move the football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something we haven't seen from this offense in a little while. And in the team's meetings and practices this week, you know, they're just talking about keeping the time of possession in their favor. You know, the longer their offense can be on the field and the less time that the defense has to face guys like Mount and Edwards and Andrews all night long, the better their chance is of coming away with a victory in Nelsonville.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I mentioned AJ and Chase on offense earlier. Another big guy that's been stepping up lately is freshman Caleb Easley. He's been moved around to several different positions this year, so I caught up with him earlier this week to see how he's adjusting to the varsity game.